It's Coffee Break! Welcome to the 126th episode of this podcast.
It's been going for quite a while.
I never thought I'd get past 100, and every time I get a little further away from it now, I'm like, that's kind of scary.
Diligent, near every week for, 3, 4?
Almost 3.5 years now.
Wow.
August is when we began.
Crazy.
And August will be season 4, technically. That's nice. How I determine my seasons.
Nice.
Even though I know it's a little weird, because I'll be like, season 3, episode, 89. And that'll be the beginning of season 3.
Yeah.
But the way I'm doing it is I'm like, oh, this is the year. The seasons are the years.
Uh-huh. It makes sense if you know what you're doing.
I probably should just call them series.
Maybe.
That'd probably work better that way. Anyways, a little bit about me right now. I'm not sad. I'm not upset. There's nothing going wrong in this world for me. Everything's actually really going great. I just don't have the damn energy. And it's been like this all day.
It's something I've noticed, even when I was a kid, I realized this. Like, summer, because it's hot. Mm-hmm. It got into, definitely it was over 100 yesterday, I'm pretty sure.
Which is weird, because they say it wasn't, and I'm like, dude, I went out there for 10 minutes, and I had to change my underwear.
But once it gets...
It was sweaty.
So, it's just so hot, you just poop. No, once it gets really hot, it just sucks the energy out of you.
It does. But, no, I just finally dropped that one review.
Yeah!
We did it. Oh my god. More growing pains.
Proud of you. But you did it.
Yeah.
You're first of many.
I did. This is a project I've been wanting to do for years. I've had so many setbacks, including myself.
Jumped from, what format you want to do, what movies you want to do.
I had a rating system.
Yeah.
I had a very unique rating system that I did not put into it.
Yeah. It was weird.
It was, at the time, if I had done it in community college, mm-hmm. and I had started there, it would have made sense to do this, it was called the keg rating system, or kegerator. Mm-hmm. And depending on how many kegs is how bad the movie is. Mm-hmm. Saying, if you drink enough, you can get through this movie.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I don't think that's going to work too well in the long run. Mm-hmm. And that's probably not how you should judge any film.
Also, you want that to be what people associate with your character? How much you drink all the time?
Yeah, that's not what I wanted. Mm-hmm. But the first Rebel Moon first review, Box Office Trolls presents. I know that thumbnail is poop. I
think it's fine.
It's terrible.
You didn't do anything I suggested, though.
No, I ran out of time. You were literally like, I have to start my other podcast. It's more important than Coffee Break. Get out of the office.
You had all day.
I finished it at 3.
Well, what happened after my podcast? You were awake at 5 in the morning. Get that hustle, babe.
I know. And that might be also why I'm tired, because I've been up since 4:30.
I woke up startled multiple times, because first time I woke up and you were awake, and I was like, what are you doing? And then the other time you were listening to a podcast and you started laughing. In my sleep state, I thought you were crying.
I was softly chuckling.
He's in danger.
It was because in this podcast, a comedian said, yeah, I'm a film buff. I just finished watching, what was it?
Shanghai
Nights for the 3rd time. And I couldn't believe how many times in my life Shanghai Nights has been a goddamn thing, because it's a terrible movie. It's a flop. It almost destroyed Jackie Chan's career.
Also, Owen Wilson had some not great times after that, right?
He had Cars.
It was good.
So Lightning McQueen.
Yeah.
But actually, no, you're right. He did delve into the darkness after that. And then after Rehab, he came back to play...
Night of the Museum, right? That kind of really brought him back.
Oh, was it?
I think so.
I thought it was Cars.
Because he hung out with... I don't remember which one came first and what year they came out.
I know Ben wanted him, and he was still slightly off, and he didn't want to do Night of the Museum. And he was like, no, dude, it's a kid's movie. We're going to have fun. It's going to be fun.
One of the most beloved roles. People adore the small people in Night of the Museum. That's like the fan favorite characters.
I can't remember his character. I remember the other guy, Octavian?
Yeah, Jedediah.
Jedediah and Octavius.
Yeah, yep.
Yes.
Yeah. A lot of people ship them because, of course.
Well, they're kind of made that way.
Rivals, just secret lovers, blah.
Well, as you keep watching the film series, they get a little closer.
I only watched the second one time. Was not a fan. A bunch of people are in it. Like, I after the fact, I was like, oh, there's like every actor ever in this movie.
Al Capone shows up.
Mm-hmm.
And Al Capone is played by a very young John Benthel.
Yeah. It's weird. Also, Rami Malek was in the first one. Yeah.
He's in most of them.
Robin Williams was Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah, I watched the third one because that was his post...
Was that the last movie he did?
Yeah, what is it? PostHumorous?
I think so. Posthumous?
That's how I used to say it. It's posthumorous.
Is that not how it's pronounced?
No, I think it's posthumorous.
Damn.
Anyways, I could be wrong. Yeah, that was just a weird role to see him play.
Knowing he was gone?
He was already gone.
I never watched the third one. Was it good? Was Ben Stiller in it?
Yeah.
Was it good?
No.
Damn.
Anyways, for everyone listening to Coffee Break, I want you guys to do me a solid. If you haven't already, go check out that review for Rebel Moon.
Give it a like.
Give it a like. Write your comments. You can write your comments. If you already watched it here, you can write your comments here in this, but I would prefer you write them on that video. Mm-hmm. And actually give me your real critique.
Yeah.
I've noticed that, like, a lot of people have watched it, but I haven't gotten many comments on it. And I'm actually just looking for the critiques because I'm like, I'm really going to keep going. Mm-hmm. I have this weird goal. Because this plan of doing it was to basically watch every film ever made. This is my insane idea.
That's a lot of film.
Yes, which means there's a lot of reviews coming.
Yeah.
And I know I've got the Cryptid series going on, and we've got some Garbage Egg stuff that's going to come up soon. Mm-hmm. But I really do want to just sit down and just start making these things.
I've been having some crazy ideas for videos as well.
Yes.
Thought about making one big video where I do brief but detailed critiques of every Disney movie for the first 100 years.
It's a lot of movies.
Yes, and I think it would do good. That sounds like a thing people would watch.
So yeah, check that one out if you haven't already. Thank you. I really do appreciate you guys. And we're going to get right into this. We have a lot of stuff this week. Mm-hmm. For some damn reason, everyone was like, hey, Tuesday? Let's just announce everything.
Yeah.
Just every company across the board was like, we're doing it.
I kept seeing things on YouTube like, new trailer. And I'm like, well, I can't keep up with them. I got things to do.
So I began writing this script the Thursday after, or the Thursday that the last episode dropped. Mm-hmm. And you had told me that a Lord of the Rings film was in works.
Yeah.
But then it was revealed to us the next day.
Yes.
And it is called The Hunt for Gollum.
Yeah.
And it is going to be produced by Peter Jackson. Mm-hmm. It will be directed and starring Andy Serkis.
Yeah.
It will focus on, I think, the sequences of the Nazgul trying to capture Gollum.
See, that's where it loses me. I don't want to see that.
I'm so excited at the potential of the Witch King of Agmar and trying to explain his backstory, because I love him so much. I think he's really cool, but there's not much there.
No, especially not in the movies.
And I went to a compendium, like an old little nerd, and I went through all the pages, mm-hmm. and I was like, okay, what can I find out about this guy? And there's not much about him.
That's what wikis are for now.
Well, yeah, they are the new compendium, but mm-hmm. I'm very excited.
I'm fine with more Lord of the Rings, but first of all, I'm tired of repeating the same characters. That was a problem I had with The Hobbit, was that they felt so married to referencing Lord of the Rings.
Mary doesn't show up until the later one.
To referencing Lord of the Rings as much as possible, that I felt like it detracted from the idea of doing a new story.
It's not a new story.
But also, I don't want to see Gollum being tortured. Gollum goes through so much already. I don't want to see him being tortured for information. Because how else is it going to end?
I don't think it's going to be an hour-long saw trap kind of Gollum stuck in Barad-dûr.
Still, what point does the movie end? Him getting captured by Sam and Frodo, and then credits? I don't want that.
I don't know. There's not enough to say. Mm-hmm. It's slated for 2026. I'm going to guess around Christmas time.
Yeah. If anything, it might get pushed to 2027.
Why?
Effects.
Why would you say anything like that?
Listen, that's how the media landscape is nowadays. They say one thing, they mean the next year.
I think it's this year, or maybe next year, we're supposed to get an animated theatrical film.
Yeah, I've been waiting, and I'm salty, because I want it.
The War of the Rohirrim?
Mm-hmm. My favorite people?
Is about the king who builds Helm's Deep.
Nice.
To fight off, or to defend against some great evil.
Mm-hmm.
And that's interesting to me also. It's like another one-off story, and I'm like, that's cool.
Star Wars had that. Their little, weird one-off episodes.
Yeah.
And I think we could totally do that with more franchises, like Lord of the Rings. There are others,
Rings of Power Season 2.
Yeah. We got a trailer.
Oh my god. My boy's in there. And he's looking good.
I think too many people are too up their own ass about Rings of Power. Is it great? No. Does it hold a candle to Lord of the Rings? Obviously not. That's the greatest movie trilogy ever made.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's fun.
I'm super excited. I waited 2 years for this. And it's gonna go up against House of Dragon Season 2.
Yeah, I'm more excited about that one, honestly.
Which also got announced a release date soon.
I think the thing with the second season of Rings of Power is the first season was already really convoluted. And I think they're going to make it even more convoluted. It's going to be so hard to follow everything.
There's pieces of it that don't make sense to me. Because it's like, if you see all the elves, Galadriel's one of them, she's doing a VO, and she's saying Sauron's been with us the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, if she knows that, then why would she put on the ring that he makes for her?
Yeah, that's the part that really doesn't make sense. Is that this has to end with the making of the rings.
Isn't that the title of the damn series?
He doesn't trick Celebrimbor into doing it. It was supposed to be a collaboration.
Yes, between the two.
There was supposed to be a greater deal of unity, uniting the kingdoms, the world. And so why would Celebrimbor agree to this if he also knows that L0ng, who's standing right there next to Galadriel, who's his apprentice, is like, that's the evil guy who's been the evil this whole time.
Yep. We saw Adar.
Uh-huh.
Fan favorite.
New actor?
Yes, new actor.
Looks very similar.
Yeah.
For a second I was like, did they recast him?
They did. You can kind of tell just because the original actor had a really weird nose.
He had a very prominent piercing gaze with his eyebrows.
The original guy, he played, I'm not going to remember his name, but Jon Snow's uncle who fought on the wall.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Cool.
That was him.
Nice.
I don't know who the new guy is.
We barely see him. He's in one shot. I was looking for him too because I knew he had been recast. And I was like, what does this guy look like? I'm excited.
I'm willing to bet half the show or the season is going to be us fighting Adar and we end that.
I was bummed we didn't see any of the Harfoots, which makes me worried that storyline is going to get pushed to the wayside.
I think they cut that out.
Because that was the thing I was most intrigued by. Who is this wizard fellow? It's obviously going to be Gandalf, but if we're setting this up, let's do Gandalf.
Yeah. We didn't see Gandalf either.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be interesting.
Yeah. I'm excited. When was it?
It should be next month.
Ooh, next month? Weekly release?
Yeah, I think they're going to go back to that.
Nice.
It worked out for them.
Yeah.
Speaking of Amazon shows, Mr. and Mrs. Smith 2, Season 2?
Really?
Without the main actors coming back. It's going to be new actors.
Oh.
And it's going to be... Because I think the way that they want to do this...
It's like an anthology?
Yes, because remember there was another couple who were also Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
Yeah.
I think that's what they're going to try and do.
Okay.
Is tell different stories from different Mr. and Mrs. Smiths.
That's a shame, because nothing about the premise made me want to come back to the show, except for I liked those actors a lot.
Yeah. Well, one thing that's really going to put a problem and dent into this is Childish Gambino, Donald Glover.
Yeah.
Donald.
Donald, yes.
Donald just announced a world tour starting this fall, ending late winter next year. World tour for Childish Gambino. So he's going to be busy.
He's not going to be in it.
Yeah, he's not going to be in it. He's still producing it.
Also, didn't his character die at the end?
Did they die?
Both die?
Did they?
It's kind of up in the air.
So, that was weird. I'm also like, dude, don't you have Lando to work on?
Also, aren't they doing the Community movie?
Yeah. And I'm like, you're doing a world tour in the middle of all this?
Got a lot going on.
Don't get me wrong. Super talented, special, loved.
Very cool. One of the best music videos of all time.
Yep.
100%. If you were in a film class when that music video dropped, every class showed it for different reasons. Talking about cinematography, editing, all of that.
Very good song. Ted, the talking teddy bear, got renewed for season 2.
Nice.
There is no release date. Knowing Seth, it could be tomorrow or 3 years away.
We're all waiting on Orville, apparently.
Yeah, apparently he's also working on Orville. Sorry.
The more it sits with me, the more I'm like, you know what, that one was funny. The unfunny parts were very unfunny, but the funny parts were above and beyond.
Yeah.
A lot of highs and lows.
I loved it, but I also like Ted in a weird, childish way.
What does that mean?
I get it. He's a talking teddy bear that smokes pot.
Yeah. It's a thing that seems like it would be cute and childish. It's like if your Furby did hookers and blow, right?
Yeah.
It's a thing that's meant for kids that's doing a thing that's meant for adults.
Yeah. That's literally what it is.
That's what 80% of Adult Swim is based on, I'm going to say.
Yeah. I'm just excited that they're going to keep going with the storyline. Where it ended, it seemed like there was a lot of promise for more fun, wacky adventures between John and Ted.
They had some good... All the supporting cast was really good, too.
Mm-hmm.
The mom, the sister, dad.
They had some fun lessons they learned, too.
They did.
Jurassic World Evolution 3. It's a video game where you basically build your own theme park.
It's like Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Yes.
But dinosaur. My favorite memory, you were playing one of them. I think it was the first one. Your park was breaking down because you didn't understand your budget. and the dinosaurs kept breaking out and killing all the people. And you couldn't repair the fences fast enough.
Because I didn't have the funds.
And you kept losing money because people kept dying. So you would have to pay for their, law fees for that. So you couldn't fix your other fences. It was amazing.
I've played the first 2. I love them. They're really fun. Fun fact, at one point I tried to make a very early Power-On version.
It didn't go. Those aren't very good games for doing Let's Plays for.
It wasn't. It would probably work better as a live stream.
Yeah, like chill vibes, live stream.
Yeah, but I even set up a stream account and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to post one thing. It was a nightmare.
Streaming's a whole different beast.
I know. I
do
do
not
plan.
Comfortable with it.
But you've been able to do it.
Yeah, but I'm nervous every time.
I do want to do this. I just don't know when I will enter the streaming fray.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought it was really cool that they're going to make a third game, hopefully with better graphics and
yeah,
a lot more
options, dinosaurs, story.
Yeah, there's plenty of story.
Quality.
Yeah, I just keep improving it.
Mm-hmm.
That's slated for 2026.
Oh, it's a while out.
Yes, so don't worry about it. Assassin's Creed Project Code Red, which is the Japanese Assassins.
We've been hearing more and more about it.
Well, when I wrote this down, it was a rumor. Today, they dropped the trailer.
Wow.
It is called Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Nice.
You play as a female assassin.
Nice. What's her name? Do you remember?
No.
Dang. I bet she doesn't have one. I bet you could, like, input your own name.
She's a ninja.
I'm excited.
And she's fighting samurai.
I'm so excited.
I noticed some really unique things. Her blade, her hidden blade, she can grab and tilt so it can become a dagger.
Nice.
Very reminiscent of Connor.
Cool.
Connor had that ability.
They're going to be the two best ones.
And then she has a gauntlet with that hidden blade that allows her to use a grappling hook. So now there's a connection to Syndicate with the twins. Nice. Because they had grappling hooks, so they can go up through...
Also, running around on rooftops is kind of ninjas' whole thing.
Yep.
Because no one looks up, so it's easy to assassinate people from up. Death from above.
I'm super excited for it. It's the one that we've all been asking for. They finally made it.
What's her familiar? Is it like a crow? Do we know?
I didn't see a bird in there.
You told me about the witch one, where you have a cat.
Yeah, so that's a project way later out, but it's called Assassin's Creed Hex, and you're going to be in the Salem witch trials, you're going to be a witch.
I want it so bad.
And your familiar, instead of being a bird, will actually be a cat.
That sounds like just everything I want in life.
It would be very fun to kill some Protestants.
Yeah. Yeah. Get those people who lie about witches. Ooh.
Yep. Mortal Kombat 2, the movie.
Oh, I was like, we've had more than 2 games at this point.
2020? It
was good.
2021? That one?
I liked it.
This is the sequel.
They finished filming it.
It was fun. Mm-hmm. They finished filming the sequel. It will be released next year.
Nice.
I'm guessing summer. We don't have an official title. We just know it as Mortal Kombat 2.
What kind of characters do you want to see showing up?
I know for a fact that Johnny Cage is showing up.
I was amazed that he didn't in the first one. He's such a classic.
And, well, it makes sense that he's going to show up for this one. And he'll be played by Carl Urban.
Nice.
More known for The Boys than for Judge Dredd or...
He's also...
Faramir?
No. Arwen.
Cool.
Aomir.
Aomir.
Yeah. I'm like, their names are very similar. And her name's very similar to that elf bitch's name.
Yes.
So you have to, like, compartmentalize their names.
Is it Saruman or Sauron?
I keep calling him Saruman. I'm always embarrassed.
I get it. They're both white guys, but one's a little different.
Carl Urban was also Bones in Chris Pine's version of Star Trek.
Yes. We would say J.J. Abrams.
No. Chris Pine's the important part.
I've been talking about it for a while. Season 3 of The Bear will actually drop in June 27th. With all episodes on Hulu.
All at once?
All at once. You can sit down and just binge its way.
It's for winning every award ever. I'm very excited. Like, it was already great, but now there's, like, an extra level of, like, quality that people are going to be expecting. Mm-hmm. The second season was good. Not as good as the first.
Nope.
I'm very excited to see what they do with this third one.
I really enjoyed the first 2 seasons. I have a problem with the ending of the second season for obvious reasons. That's a safety violation there.
Well, they also knew they were getting a third season, so a lot of things are still kind of left up in the air. They gotta get over this will they won't they thing between him and... his sous chef.
No.
What do you mean no? A lot of people.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
A lot of people think they will.
They just work really well together, okay?
Are you sure?
Just because Sam and Frodo work really well together doesn't mean they weren't hanging out.
Have you heard of Sean Astin admitting that he wished Sam and Frodo had kissed by the end of it? Because they had gone through so much, he felt like their relationship was the stronger one.
Sean.
Go, Sean! Yeah!
But yeah, this year, very soon this summer, we'll get The Bear Season 3. We will also, later this autumn, get Season 4 of... what is it called? Only Murderers in the Building.
Oh, yeah!
They're going to Hollywood.
Nice.
There's a ton of people attached to this thing.
It keeps getting bigger, which is weird because it was never as good as its first season.
There's moments.
The third season was good. I liked it. We'll see what happens with this fourth one. They killed off, what's that actress's name?
Jane Lynch?
Yes.
You know, She, I'm
pretty sure.
Okay. She said, you know, despite my character being dead, I'm in it a lot.
Well, that was the thing with Paul Rudd was in it a ton.
Yep.
Even though his character was dead. Damn, that's going to be the hardest part, because he was the best part of that third season. Meryl Streep also did amazing. And
She's coming back.
I'm not usually a fan of her. I think she can be good when she does silly things. But she gets stuck with these over-dramatic, over-the-top things all the time. Her other best performance, arguably her best performance ever, Aunt Josephine from...
Series of Unfortunate Events.
Yeah, she just lets go and has fun and goes all out with this bananas wacky story. Yep. She's really good at it.
She is a really good actress. She just plays these traumatic roles that she keeps winning awards for, and it's like, no one likes you.
Lots of people like her because she stands as like a figurehead of what they wish they could be doing. It's jealous. Everyone's just jealous of her.
It's envy.
Yes.
Not jealousy.
Everyone should be wearing green in the next award season.
A new show got announced because we finished one of Gordon Ramsay's shows.
Yeah.
I'm really confused why Food Stars got a second season.
I've made a video.
Yes.
Detailing how bad that first season was.
It's so bad we talk about it off air. And we're like, what the hell was that?
How? He must have just put in his own money to be like, no, I really want... Or it was already a thing that was like a pre-signed contract, like Velma. Like it was already pre-signed to get a second season. So they had to commit to it. I wonder if that was the thing with Food Stars. Unless Gordon just was really like, no, I really want the show. I'll pay for it.
You know, I totally forgot about Velma. Every time I'm on Max, oh no, the yawns.
The yawn monster.
Every time I'm on Max, I don't see it.
No, they don't. They really pushed the first season for some reason.
Yeah, but the second season, they're hiding from you. You have to go looking for it.
I haven't seen anyone talking about it either. Like, people were talking about the first season because they were talking about how horrible and bad it was. I saw people saying things that first couple of days it dropped, dead silence.
Yeah. Maybe it is great.
I mean, maybe it's better than the first one. It is just forgettable, which is arguably a worse fate. Because bad things get talked about. Forgettable things get ignored.
True. Dune Part 2. Mm-hmm. Dune Sh0w.
Darn squoos.
Is actually available on DVD and Blu-ray right now.
Yeah.
I had a unique chance to have a copy before it came out.
Yeah.
Chose not to. But you can actually go to the stores and buy it. If you don't want to buy it and you're waiting for it to be on streaming like I am, it'll be on Max May 21st.
You're going to have to take that real dedication that I did with Barbie. Had to wait like a whole year after its release to finally see it streaming.
Also, today...
The yawns again.
I
Yawn
know.
monster.
Today, a Max exclusive prequel series called Prophecy, Dune Prophecies.
Oh.
They released the trailer.
Okay.
I didn't watch it because I haven't seen the second one and I don't know how much I'm not going to get.
Okay.
And I was just like, okay, I'm just going to wait my time and check this out. But they are gearing up to make this thing. It was supposed to be originally called Dune Sisterhood, which was about the... And it still is. It's still about the weird organization that Paul's mom used to be part of. With the box.
Those weird, like, witches?
Yeah.
Question mark? Oracles?
I think they're more oracle than witch.
It was very... It wasn't explained. A lot of that movie was weird.
But Paul also just accepted it.
Uh-huh. Well, he accepted it because he presumably knows what it is already.
Well, his mom probably taught him some things, but yeah.
Dune's very weird.
But yeah, there's going to be a... it's set 10,000 years before the events of Dune.
10,000?
10,000.
What the fuck? That's the thing. People are begging for a Star Wars movie to take place 10,000 years.
Well,
Lord of the Rings to take place 10,000 years.
We got the Acolyte.
Yeah.
That's not 10,000 years. It's like 1,000 or something.
When does that one drop?
June. Early June.
June's gonna be a big one. Oh my god.
I have some plans for the Acolyte for the channel, but right now, let's just wait for the damn thing so we can watch it.
Yeah.
Because I think we're gonna have fun.
I hope so.
I hope so too.
I really want it to be good.
Batman the Caped Crusader, which is the new animated series for Amazon Prime. I probably should have pushed this higher up with all the other Prime stuff.
Whatever.
Its release date will be August 1st. It will be all available on Prime Video.
Nice.
It is a traditionally...
kind of like X-Men 97?
Yes.
Cool.
And Harley Quinn's in there. She'll be Asian this time.
Cool.
I was like, why do we make that a point?
I mean, she could just be Asian.
She could just be Harley Quinn that looks Asian. Like, it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
But thanks, guys.
Cool.
Joker is in there.
Nice.
Catwoman.
Makes sense.
And
all the classics.
The bad guy is Clayface.
Yeah, which makes me think they're setting up Clayface for something.
We do have images of bats. I hate the long ears. I've always hated the long ears. I'm so sick of looking at them. The only time I'll accept it is in the Long Halloween, because that's where it actually begins.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
But some people really like him having his long, pointy ears.
It makes him more recognizable, you know?
Just give him a yellow belt. Everyone recognizes the yellow belt.
Not very stealthy when you got yellow accessories.
Fantastic Four found its Galactus.
Oh, really?
The MCU's Fantastic Four. Galactus will be played by the dad from The Witch.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen that movie, that's a different experience.
He's really good.
His name is Ralph Ineson.
He was also in Willow.
Yep.
Briefly. Character died in like episode 2 or something.
Well, Willow TV show. You can't
watch
doubt
it.
us on this.
Yeah.
Because it's been deleted.
Because Disney scrubbed it from existence because people didn't like it right away.
But it was a thing. John Malkovich has also joined, but we don't know who he's playing.
Okay.
And there's been other actors who are coming in. We know they're part of the movie, we just don't know who they are.
It's fascinating seeing actors floating weirdly around superhero films because they know it's really good for their publicity.
Mm-hmm.
People love these characters. And it's a guaranteed job if you get one of the ones that lives for a while. But also, there's this apprehension of being stuck in that one role for several years. And also, superhero movies are kind of on the decline as well. So it's a weird, like, jump rope of actors kind of floating near these movies, and I find it fascinating.
It is. I'm wondering why they don't just tell us who they are, unless it's, like, super spoilers. Like, this is Mr. Sinister, and you're like, wait, why is he in Fantastic Four? You know, that would be a horrible thing to do. But, like, this is Victor Von Doom. And it'd be like, well, okay. Like, yeah, duh. That's the guy they fight.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like that. Just say who you are, unless it's really, really spoiler.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm glad that at least Galactus will sound terrifying.
Yeah, he's gonna be all voice anyway.
He might do some mocap.
Yeah, some face stuff. For
Also,
the mocap.
Are we gonna do the cool comic book humanoid Colossus figure that he is?
Or we're gonna do that weird space cloud thing
that
the movie did.
With the eating tunnels, tornadoes thing, yeah.
Yeah. Weird.
There's rumors Silver Surfers are in this one too.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, that's a lot of shit going on.
It is a lot all at once.
And I would
set up the Fantastic Four first before we start diving into it's the end of the world.
Apparently, we're just gonna Fantastic Four, end of the world.
Yeah, that's my biggest thing. I'm so excited for the cast. I think it's an amazing cast. Cousin from The Bear is going to be the Thing.
Yep.
Pedro Pascal is going to be
the
Mr.
Thing.
Fantastic. Yeah. They're all
just in a different way.
They're all just the things. But I'm so excited, but also I'm so nervous because I'm so tired of the over-reliance on CG, the end of the world war plots, you know, they've gotten kind of run-of-the-mill.
There's theories because of the picture we saw.
A yawn monster again.
I know. The picture we saw of them was like 70s kind of era.
Like 60s.
Yeah.
Very authentic feeling.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I think it's because they're trying to emulate because that was the era that they were made. Mm-hmm. And some people theorize, I don't subscribe to this, but perhaps.
It'll be a period piece?
A period piece, but also set in an alternate universe, and that they will find their way to our...
See, that's the thing I don't like about the shared universe things, that we can't just have a movie. We can't just introduce these characters. It has to be, well, why weren't they in this big war? Why didn't we see them before now? Where do they fit in our timeline? Which universe are they? It was like, ugh. Can't we just have a movie and worry about the universe later? Jeez.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's just ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Live action SpiderMan Noir. We talked about this a few weeks ago.
Yep.
Nicolas Cage will be playing SpiderMan Noir.
I would be upset if anyone else did. I'll be honest. He did amazing.
What do you call it? Yeah, Noir.
Noir? Yeah.
Yeah.
You say it the pretentious way.
I'm saying it your way. I'm saying, when I say it, Noir, it's the correct way.
Noir. You're saying it the frog way.
That's interesting to me that he will be able to play Spider-Man live action. Mm-hmm.
Very few people really get to play their animated roles and their live action roles.
Also, Lord and Miller, who directed the first movie and produced the second one, are producing this TV show. So it is connected to Across the Spider-Verse.
Nice.
Or Into Spider-Verse. Spider-Verse.
Spiders. Spider, Spider-Verses.
Yeah.
Web.
It's all connected.
It's like a web.
The new Agatha television series for the MCU. Yes, the rest of this is MCU before we get the box office trolls.
A lot of bubbling up and down of, like, what's it going to be called?
Yep.
It was called something. They changed it.
They changed it to probably the worst. Because it was, like, Agatha Dark Coven.
Yeah, did you see that for, like, they made a joke post where it was Agatha and the Witch and the Wardrobe or something like that? And then they got rid of that because people were like, is this real or not? We don't know.
That would piss me off.
Yeah, it's Agatha all along. Because
Agatha, you're not as cool as the White Witch.
Because that was that, like, theme song that she got that went viral on TikTok. So people recognize it.
So it's Agatha all along. It is the only other MCU project besides Deadpool and Wolverine that we get this year. Mm-hmm. It will drop weekly. I think the first 2 episodes September 18th.
I want it to be good, but I don't think it's going to be what I want it to be.
I think it'll be a fun, wacky little spin-off. Right? But when people talk about the MCU 10 years from now, and they're like, yeah, let's really check it out.
They'll be like, oh, yeah, Agatha.
No, they won't. They won't. They will be like, whatever.
I would really love an origin story of, like, the invention of the Coven, exploring the magic system. I think that would be very, very cool. It's a period piece. Like, they're, like, pilgrims, Salem witch trial type deal.
But it's not a period piece.
But it's not going to be any of that.
There's literally pictures I've seen where she's hanging out in a mall with teenagers.
Yeah, I don't want...
Or young adults.
I don't want that. That's such a shame.
Well, it's a Disney show, so fucking deal with it. Daredevil, Born Again. Uh-huh. Trailer has been released behind closed doors. All I know from writing, is that, of course, Charlie Cox is playing Daredevil. Mm-hmm. And we see... Kingpin, we see Foggy, and we see Karen, and then he's questioning his own morality before he puts on a pair of broken glasses.
When does it come out?
March 2025.
Oh, more recent than I would have expected.
Yep.
Finally.
You still have to wait.
Finally.
Also, John Bernthal wasn't shown off, and I was like, but we know he's there.
But do we?
We do.
But do we?
I'm more curious about Electra.
Yeah, people keep throwing around the name Electra.
I was talking about Electra today too.
And I really don't think it's gonna happen. I would love to have egg on my face, but I don't think it's gonna be happening.
No, like Electra from the Netflix series.
Then, was there a Netflix series of Electra?
No, in season 2 of Daredevil of the Netflix series, Electra is there.
Oh, well then never mind.
She's the only one who hasn't been recasted or casted. And it's like, she was kind of important to the story, if you know the story of Daredevil, at least the one they're trying to tell.
Yeah.
As for Deadpool and Wolverine, which would make sense to reintroduce that character to the MCU, they're going to use Jennifer Garner.
Yeah.
Who originally played it in the 2003 Ben Affleck Daredevil.
We'll see. The movie comes out, like, in 2 months, right?
Yeah.
So, we'll see.
She's there. Trust me.
Uh-huh.
Trust me.
Yeah, I trust you.
Trust me.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Critter does not believe me. If someone can please send or tweet a thing that actually proves the fact that she is on the calling list
I believe
or casting
that
call.
you believe in these rumors. I don't think you're lying, but I think the internet is.
We know that they're currently working on Ironheart.
Cool.
How do I describe Ironheart?
She was in the second Black Panther movie.
Yeah.
So watch that. She was cool.
Little black girl who's super smart, built her own Iron Man suit, and helped Wakanda fight.
Yeah.
We'll never see him again.
God, no.
Namor is
so
gone.
Sad.
He'll never come back.
I remember we spent so long talking about him. You, like, looked up his whole character history.
Dude, I've been waiting for him for years.
And he's not going to be showing up ever again.
I've looked at the comparisons between Namor and Aquaman, and I found out Namor is way cooler. Also, Namor is not how we said his name.
Nah.
It was Namor.
Because we were mistaken.
No, we were correct. They added that cool Aztec influence to it, which changed the vowels of his name because now he has a culture instead of just some white dude writing him.
Yeah.
And Namor sounds way cooler than Namor.
It does. Namor.
House of Dragons, we already talked about it. That comes out this summer as well.
Exciting.
Supergirl movie.
Yeah, for like 2028 or something, right?
June 26th of 2026.
It's gonna be so long from now.
Yep.
Oh.
But I was like, that's great. I have to wait a year after Superman. And by the way, I still have to wait a year for Superman.
Yeah, we haven't even seen... There's been so many thoughts and plans about the DCEU. And we haven't anything to see for it yet.
No. Well, we got that picture of Superman putting on his boots.
Yeah, those boots.
At least he could put on shoes, I guess.
He sure can. I was worried.
Yeah, I was worried too.
No laces, though, so...
Why do you think Batman beats him every time?
It's like SpongeBob, he just never learned to tie his shoes.
Never learned to drive. That's why he just jumps around everywhere.
It's like when Goku...
Because he doesn't actually fly.
It's like when Goku and Piccolo learned to drive, because they had never needed to. They could fly, but they wanted to drive because they wanted to be cool.
And the last normal news piece I have here is Yellow Jackets Season 3 finally entered production.
Oh, entered production?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm not going to get this till next year, am I?
Yeah.
Damn it. Oh, well.
I was laughing when I was reading this because I was like, yeah, we waited a long time. And I was like, the strikes ended like 6 months ago.
Yeah, it's hard to remember, I'm going to be honest, that it was so recent and a lot of things got pushed and moved around.
Yeah, but like, things are still moving.
Oh, God damn. Oh, I just want it. I want to know what happens.
I put Yellow Jackets in here because we both enjoy the show, and we had a special little Garbage Eggs talking about it. But, yeah, the fact that this show, it'll be 3 years since season 2?
Yeah, it's like a year between each season at least.
No.
Yeah. Yes?
Season 2 was a while ago, dude.
No, it was last year. It was on my video, my top 10 best of the year video.
Really? Okay. So then it'll be a year difference.
It was early. It was like January or something.
Okay. But yeah, there we go. That was it. Now it's time to move on. It's Box Office Trolls.
Box Office Trolls.
Okay, we We didn't watch much this week. Mostly because of the review taking up a lot of my time. Mm-hmm. I know it's only 5 minutes, but it was a nightmare.
Editing doesn't come easy to everyone.
No.
Especially when you overthink every single thing.
Not only that, having a computer for some reason after you clean it decides to actually record footage. Whatever. That's besides the fact.
What? Getting rid of that weird virus you downloaded on accident?
It wasn't a virus.
Are you sure? My virus protection software renewed recently, and it made me think of you.
Last time I got a virus, it was when I got the vaccine.
Is this a pickup line?
Just saying, I'm somewhat metallic now. Okay, we finished Next Level Chef.
Yeah,
Season
we did.
3.
Finally. This season took forever.
It sucked.
It was so bad. And they were like, this is the first season where we have 74 chefs, or however, there's like 20. And I'm like, no wonder it felt like it dragged on for way too long.
Yeah, I thought he said 24. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I don't think that's divisible by 3. And then I thought about what he said, and I was like, I think he said 27? And I was like, bro, it's still not divisible by 3.
It was so... Just, like, I'll admit the challenges have gotten better. Like, the idea of the like, make a pizza, that was a good challenge. I liked that one.
Yeah.
But the contestants were all just horrible. Boring. Yeah. Annoying more than anything.
The person who won shouldn't have won.
Oh, what? The girl who cries a lot because, she just loves her kids?
No.
She won?
No.
Oh, no, wait. She didn't win.
Yeah.
That was so weird.
It was the privileged white guy from Hawaii.
Yeah.
The
one who cries
working
a lot.
nurse. Yeah, the pretty one who cries a lot, who lives in New York. And the working nurse from the Middle East who has a daughter who's struggling with a health problem.
Yeah, the most forgettable one won. And of course it wasn't the man. For some reason, Gordon Ramsay shows very rarely award men the awards.
Maybe it's a perk?
Maybe. I don't know, Gordon. Yeah, you have all those kids, but...
I don't think he's like that.
I don't think he's like that, but I think an executive at Fox is. Because it's not based off of their merit, let's be honest. Those competition shows are never based off of the contestants' merit.
True.
That's how you get, why is it everyone in this competition has, like, a grandparent who recently died or needs money for, like, the house that exploded or something? Because they pick the ones that has the sob stories because it's a better story for the competition show.
Yeah. We already know about the process of it.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a terrible cooking show, and it just got worse and worse. I don't believe in half the shit that's going on.
No.
More than half of it. And I can't believe there's already a 4th season.
The gimmick is so... I know.
They double renewed it after season 2.
The gimmick is so bad to me.
It's stupid. The elevator and the lift.
It just makes me scared. Someone's gonna get hurt. That's gonna be the thing that gets the show canceled, is someone's going to get hurt.
Even though it's gonna go viral.
I bet they have many safety precautions, but in the long run, someone's going to get... I've been watching the latest season of Taskmaster.
Yeah.
Season 17. Series 17, sorry.
Yes.
They're British. One guy, John, keeps bringing up how many health and safety meetings the team have had for the show because they let the contestants do whatever they want, but because of that they have to be like, here are health and safety meetings, so if you're going to do a thing with fire, let's handle that. So he keeps complaining about how many health and safety meetings they've had.
That's crazy.
It's very fun. It's been a good season so far.
I'm glad you're enjoying it, because I did not enjoy Next Level Chef.
Yeah. There's always 5 contestants on Taskmaster.
Yep.
There's Joanne, Joanna, John, and those names are all too similar, and so I have to really pay attention when I'm watching.
Couldn't you just tell by their voices?
They look completely different, but like when Greg Davies mumbles a name under his breath because he's thinking about something, I'm like, which one? Who?
So, yeah, I mean, I guess we all could tell that Gordon Ramsay shows have definitely fallen in value, production value, and just emotional worth.
Overproduced,
Yes.
over-edited,
Yes.
less quality, less stuff.
And now we watched a show that I think is a great example of how to do it right. Now, we waited 4 years ever since the first season was released on Netflix. And it's this beloved... Well, let me start here. Do you like Castlevania?
Love it.
What'd you think of that first season?
Amazing. Only 4 episodes.
I love the gothic feel and the reds and the blacks.
I really loved the animation quality.
Yeah.
It was so high quality. And I've seen, work in progress animations from some of the animators on Twitter. Gorgeous.
Yeah.
So much effort. So much love and passion and effort.
And then season 2, they switch it up and they become a more colorful adventure.
There were some growing pains, but things that, you have to figure. There are more episodes.
He meets his girl. Trevor, right? No, Trevor meets his girl.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name.
Alucard meets his girl, Trevor.
Is Alucard there?
Yeah, they were teamed up. Because
All
they
three
teamed
of
up
them
at
are
the
there.
very end of the first one.
Okay.
What is her name? Sarah? No.
Seraphim?
It's something. Slifa? Sylvia?
Anyways,
Something like that.
third season.
A bit of a lull.
But we get to learn about the bad guys. And there's some really scary moments there.
Some of the best fight scenes ever. I have to wait till the very end of the season, but the fight scene between... I don't remember his name, but the guy who fights Carmilla, he's like a beast summoner.
Yeah.
It's so amazing. It's gorgeous.
And then...
They're in like a room filled with blood.
You get to the fourth season, and the whole thing ends with Trevor Belmont fighting death itself with his whip.
Yeah.
It's a very intense...
And...
epileptic procedure.
It really... The seizure procedure, yeah.
Yeah, it's intense.
And only last year, we got Castlevania Nocturne.
Which is technically season 5, but the beginning of a new series.
With how amazing those first 4 seasons was, with Trevor Belmont, I didn't think Richter's story could hold a candle, but it blew me out of the water.
In Nocturne, those who saw Nocturne, we talked about Nocturne. Nocturne was amazing. So, what did this team do? They made a different show.
Yes.
And they poured all the same amount of love and care into it. I'm talking about season 1, Blood of Zeus, from 2020.
Which was a while ago. You might have noticed. But
it wasn't well talked about.
It was Greek myths.
Yes.
Like a weird AU fan fiction. Greek myth story.
But with the style of Castlevania.
Yes. Imagine as big and bombastic as Castlevania is, but it's these superheroes who are the gods.
And after the success of that, Netflix said, you get one more season. So we waited.
I gave up hope entirely.
I know. You did. I kept wondering. And 4 years later, we finally got it.
A trailer dropped out of nowhere on Netflix.
Yep.
Very suddenly.
Blood of Zeus Season 2. Now, we've watched all of Blood of Zeus Season 2.
Yep.
And I can tell you this. There isn't a single fucking shred of fuck in there. It's so bad.
Filled with rage. It's terrible.
It was difficult to get through.
Oh my god.
The characters look like drawn characters on paper, if that makes any sense. They don't look three-dimensional.
Because there's not very good shading.
Nope.
There's no highlights.
They have the harsh outlines.
It's very obviously a different style from the backgrounds. And lots of times the backgrounds are incredibly not impressive. Like
The flame effects.
Yeah.
It's like you see 3 different movements and then it just keeps cycling through them.
A lot of the animation, I was very, very concerned. When the first episode started and I saw like a lot of lazy animation sheets.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's clearly a still image of like the character. They were just sliding it around to avoid having to animate. And then we saw like a Titan doing something in the background and it was also like a weird janky.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, that's a little concerning, but also, maybe they're saving for some of the bigger moments later. And no, there was no bigger moments later.
You go through What, 10 episodes?
8.
8.
Feels like 10.
God, it felt like 20. You finally build up to this climax, and trust me, the climax is nothing. And you end at the same spot as the beginning.
Yes, it's so dumb. Oh my god.
There is no real villain because they tried to make everyone likable.
Yeah, they're like, oh, he'll forgive Hera. And it's like, no. As he's having a montage of all the horrible, evil things she did to him and Seraphim. And it's like, I will forgive you. Don't mistake my kindness for weakness. And I out loud said, this is really fucking dumb.
Your main character from the first season, Heron,
does nothing.
Doesn't do a thing. He's not even the main character of this season.
I don't even know who. I think Seraphim is supposed to be the main character, but he also barely is in it. We spend episodes, hours on, like, developing Hades' stupid backstory with Persephone, which is completely pointless. Like, they could have been an email, and we could have wrapped this up within a couple of sentences.
Yeah. It was terrible. Do not waste your time watching it.
That's another thing. Hades is the bad guy. What a unique concept. Wow, so clever. No one's ever done that before. Hades is the bad guy? Wow.
I love that he's, like, so tormented about his job. He's like, I can't escape this place. It's like my own hell of torment. It's the fields of Elysium.
Yeah, he's saying that and then we, like, exclusively see him hanging out with, like, the judges who decide people's fates in this giant, luxurious hall.
An auditorium.
Like, beautiful decoration. No, like, demons or monsters or anything. And then the other place we see him is, like, the Fields of Elysium. It's just all, like, wheat and grass and plants, and it's all beautiful and gorgeous. And he has no obligation to be around those stinky, smelly dead people. He can hang out in his wheat field all day if he wanted to. He doesn't have to do anything.
His wife, Persephone, plants flowers. She's the flower girl. She has a whole...
Oh. If you watch the trailer, it makes it look like they're going to be a power couple, which I was kind of intrigued by. I was like, okay, Hades being the bad guy, boring, overdone, but having it be him and Persephone, the two of them being like this cool power couple, that's kind of neat. No, she is a footnote. She is immediately thrown aside to just be a motivational factor for him and Demeter.
Well,
she has like 2 lines of dialogue total.
It's not just her. Majority of characters. Zeus dies almost off screen. Mm-hmm. The last thing you see of Zeus, while he's alive, with quotation marks, is him screaming, and then there's this weird, like, implosion of blue electricity that just kind of kills this Titan that crushed him.
It's so
But you don't see the Titan and him getting into the fight.
Also, the lightning effects, nauseating.
Oh, yeah.
Horribly stroby. I had to cover my eyes for a while.
What's weird is Heron's abilities with lightning, he uses it through his fist. Who had similar animation?
Yeah.
Richter and his, it wasn't lightning, it was blue flames.
Yeah.
But it's crazy to see, like, the way Richter was done and the way he's throwing his punches and all the animation going on.
Bananas. A complete night and day.
Heron? I feel like the guys from South Park could have done this better.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
Sorry. I feel like... Okay, so Heron had his team of 3 losers who follow him around. The girl, the black fellow, and then the thief guy. They don't re-say anyone's names.
Nope. You have to remember 4 years ago.
And I don't. So, the thief guy, like, jumps ship by episode 4 or something. And never comes back. And then the other 2 don't do anything. They don't even talk most of the time. Especially the black guy. like she's sitting there talking to him because she's his love interest. And then, like, the coolest looking guy is just standing in the background next to his Pegasus. And I'm like, when's he gonna do something cool? He's right there. We have this whole squad of cool guys. Why is no one doing anything?
It was terrible. It sucked. I don't want to waste any more time or thought on it. I'm just telling you right now, this is a cautionary tale. Do not get invested in the series.
No wonder the trailer just dropped like a week before with no pomp and circumstance. They didn't advertise it anywhere. They knew this was a stinker.
Yeah. It was clear that they took every great animator they had and put them into Nocturne. And it was the C team, not the B team. The C team was working on this.
We've already waited 4 years.
Yeah.
We could have waited longer.
They had no true intentions to keeping this story on.
It's such a... Oh, my God. Horrible. Terrible.
So with that
and it ends on a cliffhanger.
Yes.
Like, they think they're going to get a third season.
They won't.
Boo.
So, with that being said, yes, it's been a long time.
Uh-huh.
Pokemon news.
Pokemon news? What's happening in Pokemon news?
So we're going to start off right now with Pokemon Horizons. The second part of Pokemon Horizons came out. Mm-hmm. It does belong in Box Office Trolls, but I didn't really want to sit down and review the show itself. I wanted to talk about how fucking cool the lore is.
It's so cool and intricate.
There are things going on in this show where I'm like, this is so awesome. Mm-hmm. Cap.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest, when I saw Cap, he's the Pikachu wearing the captain's hat. Mm-hmm. You go, wow, what a great gimmick. It's a Pikachu wearing a hat. Uh-huh. Haven't seen that one before. Uh-huh. You don't know who Cap is. Cap is so awesome.
His backstory was amazing.
Dude, I will just say this. If you haven't seen it, he's the Pikachu that can fly.
Yes, it's so cool. And it's just a cute story. Just the whole season. The whole show. It's very cute. It reminds... I can understand if some people might get frustrated with how behind Liko and Roy are.
Yeah.
Lilo. But, It reminds me of when Ash was starting his journey. Mm-hmm. Like, he didn't know anything. And it's kind of neat, resetting and seeing, like, these kids figuring it all out.
There are really annoying parts because they are kids. Mm-hmm. Like, so Roy is a very young boy, and he's very excited about Pokemon. Mm-hmm. And his main Pokemon is Fuecoco.
Yeah, and they sing to power themselves up.
To encourage each other.
It makes sense.
Fuecoco.
Come on, get up.
Yeah.
Don't stop fighting. Get on. And it's like, oh god.
It's going to keep going. But the thing is, also, look at Skirtledge, the final evolution of Fuecoco.
Yeah.
It's a singer.
We're leading up to something, obviously.
Liko, she's learning how to become a Pokemon trainer.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to be a master.
No. It's very unique that her big thing is she just wants to know Pokemon. She's going to be a professor in the end, I feel like.
Probably.
She just wants to know Pokemon more, help Pokemon. Mm-hmm. That's cool.
They're fighting legendaries already?
Yeah, they lost. They barely beat.
They barely scathed by. Cap is probably the one fighting the legendaries, really. Yeah. And usually what he's doing is trying to stop the legendary from killing the kids.
They definitely had to cheese it. They're like, alright, do like Sweet Scent a bunch until it stops fighting us.
Yeah. The bad guys are classic bad guys. We don't know much about them.
We don't, and that's the thing. I would love to know more.
But what's the name of that bad guy? That
Spinel?
Is that his name, Spinel?
Yeah, they're named
Matthew Mercer.
They're named after gemstones. Amethio. Spinel is a type of gemstone.
Okay. He totally cheated in one of his fights.
He was creepy. He was actually crazy.
He's not in the actual arena. He talks to his Pokemon through, like, satellite. Mm-hmm. And he was basically, it's a 2-on-2 battle, and he's using Psychic to protect a ball of electricity, so you can't stop the electricity, and then it can deliver its hit. So there's this cool combination of attacks going on.
Yeah, Ash has combined attacks before.
Yes.
Mostly I've seen it with contests with Dawn. Mm-hmm. It was very cool seeing them utilize it in such a like practical way here. Spinel was crazy. He was creepy. He wiped her memory. That was scary.
And then took her necklace, yeah. And that's all we know. And thank God it's Pokemon, because it could have got really dark.
It was creepy. He was creepy. And we allude to him coming back. Amethio's still in it. Shows up at the very end.
Yep.
So, and I know more of them will show up next season. Mm-hmm.
We're supposed to run into the cutie. What's her name?
There was like a pink-haired girl.
No, the really cute one. Nomona.
Oh, cool. No, I know.
And we're supposed to learn to terrestrialize.
Well, Freed used terrestrialization on Charizard. It had dark terrestrialization. That's how he beat Spinel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the kids are going to learn it.
Yeah, that'll be crazy.
We got to learn more about Dot.
Mm-hmm. Dot's my favorite. 100%. She's so fun. I like how, like, grumpy she is.
Yep.
She's, like, running really shittily. And she's like, this is the most I've ran all year.
Yeah. She's becoming more part of the team. She wants to come out of her room and hang out with them.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Roy. I like that just his love for Pokemon and just wanting to be with them.
They were great. It was the best part was when the three were all together and they were like facing down Spinel, and it's like that. Yes, this is my squad. They're so cool.
Well, it's just growing pains because now we see them there as kids. At the end, we'll see them as young adults, and they'll probably just knock his ass out.
And I'll just cry. It's a lot like seeing Ash, Brock, and Misty. Like, that's the team.
Yep.
They got their own personalities, their own interests. Ugh, my heart can't take it. Too sweet. Pokemon.
I loved the second half of the part 2 is about Galar.
Yes.
And it was really fun to see Galar not under the influence of Rosamund Chairman Rose.
Yeah. It was cool.
And
you gotta see Kabu. Kabu's one of my favorites.
Kabu, I told you if he brought out that one Pokemon, Roy is...
You said if he brings out Centiskorch, they're fucked. And then immediately he goes, go, Centiskorch. And I was like, that's the end of the battle. It's over.
I was like, you're not ready for that thing.
Roy, spoiler, I don't know if it's much of a spoiler, Roy has yet to win a single battle he's been in.
That's how juicy that first win's gonna be.
And I'm like, when he does, I'm gonna, like, actually jump up and scream. Like actually, though.
It's gotta be the end of the actual season.
It's gotta be something, like, you think he's gonna lose, and he just manages to eke by. I'm just so...
Or he just summons the shiny Rayquaza and just Draco meters on someone.
I like how we're moving quickly. Like, we have two of our special Pokemon dependents doing things, you know. We're moving forward at a nice pace.
They're slowly building their team.
Mm-hmm. Some people are worried it's going too quickly, and I think we could have more misadventures with Rico, Roy, and Dot.
It's a very different Pokemon game.
I think we could, like, even when they finish the, like, old Pokeball story arc, we could do more with them. They could continue on adventures.
Why don't you just make the movies the weird, like, side-off things?
Yeah, they could be.
And just have the story just be story, because I think the original series really lost itself around Gen 4.
Also, like, the original series, the movies were, like, crazy. The Darkrai one, did you ever watch it? They go to a town that's not named anywhere in any of the games.
No, but I remember him fighting Darkrai on an island.
Darkrai was scary. And we see, like, a backstory for Darkrai, and there's, like, this tiny little Victorian girl. She's standing in, like, her backyard, and underneath her tree is this Darkrai, and it's just staring at her. And I was like, this is more nightmare fuel than I expected it to be. He liked the little girl, so it didn't end maliciously. But it was scary knowing that nightmare monster is right there next to a toddler. Especially because we had spent the whole movie establishing how it's not a good guy.
Yeah.
He had problems, if I remember. He was looking for her. She was long dead.
He did a lot of drugs. He had a tough childhood.
He's a Pokemon. He has weird feet.
He's the ruler of nightmares. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have feet.
He does. Have you not seen Darkrai's feet?
He has feet?
Uh-huh. He has these, like, weird little points that come out. They don't always show. It's not like flamingo feet. You should look. I'll show you later. I'll show you Darkrai's.
I don't want to see this.
They're scary.
What'd you think of it? Like, just all in all.
What, Pokemon Horizons?
Yeah.
Very fun.
Okay.
Sweet. I was glad. I'm kind of bummed it all came out all at once. You know? I would have liked to enjoy it incrementally. We've talked about this a lot on the podcast, about binge versus weekly releases.
And, you know, we came to a weird agreement about there are times when to binge.
Yep.
And there are times when to weekly do it.
Yeah.
Sorry about that pause there.
Yeah.
You could hear the dogs.
They were in the distance.
They weren't our dogs. It was outside. We have this neighbor. She got a puppy, a German Shepherd puppy that she cannot train or control.
Nope.
And it's been 8 months now, and he's grown in size and still acts like a child.
Some people just do not know how to raise dogs, and it's sad.
And I literally was watching the other guy dragging his dog away because she just stood there.
I hate it when they do that. They just stand there like, oh, what should I do?
And as he's walking away and he lets control back to his dog, right? She's still just standing there. And it's like, dude, you were the perpetrator.
Mm-hmm. You were the one who showed up, because I know he lives in this area.
Yeah.
She doesn't. She walked over here. Also, it's the middle of the night. It's pitch black outside. If you have a dog, stay in the light. Or have a flashlight on you. You have a flashlight on you all the time, 24/7. It's called your phone. Yeah. You should not be wandering around with a whole beast, especially a big dog as a German Shepherd.
Yeah.
And not being, like, aware of your surroundings and not letting others be aware of you.
And I don't blame the little puppy there.
No.
He's learning. And he's growing up, and he's not being taught well.
Yeah, being trained is on the owners. You can't blame a kid or a puppy for how they behave, because you have to blame the parents or the owner for how they've raised them.
Yep. And I was just watching a bad owner.
Yep.
And guess what? I was watching a bad owner with my 2 boys next to me being quiet.
Yes.
So, I mean, who's really going to win here?
Long story short, if it's a good show, we like it better when it's weekly releases, so we can enjoy it longer. When it's a bad show, it's easier to binge it all at once, so then you can sit through it really quickly, and you don't have to worry about it for months on end.
Now, with this conclusion, or idea, or thesis? No.
Thesis.
It's not. Is it a thesis?
Hypothesis? Idea.
At what point does your thesis become a hypothesis again?
I don't remember. I wasn't good at science. I only cared about the planets.
Because we made a hypothesis, and then we came to a thesis, and then we re-derived to a new thesis, which now could be challenged as a... I'm confused. Anyways, right now where we stand, you're right. I agree with you. But the thing is, how do you determine what shows belong as weekly to streaming? Because there's got to be somebody out there who loves Blood of Zeus and can't believe it'll never get renewed again.
Yeah. Like the second season of Velma dropped all at once, but the first season was releasing 2 episodes a week, you know?
Oh, really?
So
they learned their lesson there.
Mm-hmm. You know, every executive signs off on a show because they think it's going to do good, right?
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 I wonder about a few shows.
Like Blood of Zeus. Stanky garbage. Alright, what else?
Pokemon was awesome.
Yes.
I highly recommend it. I've been really enjoying it. I know it's a kid's show.
Kid shows can be fun.
But it's also just fun learning about Pokemon and the different things.
Like, there's so much drama and over-the-top craziness with adult shows so often. They're always so, like, it can be much. Kid shows are nice because you can just have fun. You know, no matter what happens in this episode, you're going to have a good time. And if things go bad, it's going to get better in the next episode.
Hopefully.
It's nice.
So I wanted to make Pokemon news not only because of the show, but I was reading something in the rumors. And again, back to these rumors. You're saying you're reading some of these rumors too. Mm-hmm. Before they announced Pokemon ZA, which I'm just going to call it Pokemon ZA.
That's what it's called. It's Pokemon Pizza.
Is that there was supposed to be a black and white remake.
Yeah.
Apparently that's still in the works. They're still actively working on it.
That makes sense.
Well, hold on. Let me go back. ZA is going to be the last Nintendo exclusive game for the Switch.
That makes sense.
The Switch 2 will come out shortly after, and you will have the ability to upgrade its performance.
Mm-hmm. I bet there will be like better things on the Switch 2. That's how they usually do it.
Yep. So think of it like when you had a PS4 and then you got a PS5 and you get the free upgrade, or you have to pay the $10 because you're a sucker and you believe that they actually changed something. Now, for the Switch 2, apparently black and white remakes are on their way.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this kind of makes sense. It works here and there.
You know, black and white was very big. And a lot of people were very vocal about how much they didn't like the way they handled the Diamond and Pearl remakes. I thought they were fine. It was exactly what I wanted, which was just Pearl version, but on a current console, and that's what I got.
Honestly, I think for football season, I'm going to get Diamond back on my Switch.
Nice.
And I'm just gonna start all over again.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Pokemon game, a classic, hard.
Yeah.
There's a lot of trainers everywhere.
there's a lot of land to explore, and there's a lot of hidden spots. And I'm like, watching football, you don't always have to watch football. You can hear it in the background. The announcers will tell you, "Oh, that was a bad play."
And if something happens, they'll show it to you 5 times in a row.
Or 7. But who's counting?
I picked up Animal Crossing again recently.
Yep.
I've been having a lot of fun with it.
Nice.
I got Kurlos. He was my camper. The first camper you get, you have to join to your team.
Before you do that, the last bit of Pokemon news is that Gen 10 is on its way, and it will be released in 2026.
Wow.
This is what these rumors suppose.
I did feel like we were about at the time where the next gen would start to be released.
I'm glad that it's
announced, rather.
2 years away.
Yeah.
Which means it gives Pokemon Horizons time to follow up. Because it was weird that when Ash finished the World Coronation, at least here in the States, we already played Paldea.
Yeah, we were already, like Paldea had been done for a while.
Yeah.
I get it. I understand. I get it. Animation's hard. It's hard to keep up with the games. But, I'm excited. But I don't want it, right away. We could have something soon, but not right away. I like Paldea. We could sit with it for a little bit longer.
We really could. In fact, I would be, believe it or not, push it back to 2027.
Yeah, it was 2027 would be a fine time.
Give them more time to develop it. Give us more time to appreciate.
Give us some spin-offs. Pokemon used to have all kinds of crazy spin-offs, like the Red Rescue Team.
Yep.
Or the Rangers. Give
Pokemon
us some
Truzzle.
Give
Pokemon Ranger EX.
I think Pokemon needs to focus on doing spin-off stuff more.
The new Pokemon Snap.
Pokemon Conquest. People are dying for a new one. Do you know what that one is?
Conquest?
Yeah. It was set in feudal Japan. And it was a turn-based RPG, kind of like Fire Emblem. But you had Pokemon.
Did that hit the States?
It did. I have it. You can play. It's on Game Boy Advance, though. Was the problem? It's or DS. It's so old, and people are like, "We want that again. That was cool. We want that." And Nintendo's like, "Hum-de-dum-de-dum. What's that?" It took us 20 years to finally give you a sequel to Snap. Another one people have been begging for.
Just do Coliseum. It's so simple. Okay. So yeah, I got the Rebel Moon review out. I'm very excited and happy for myself.
You should be.
I would really appreciate if you guys went to go watch it. Just critique it. It's 5 minutes of your day.
Give it a
6 if you actually say what I'm doing. But then that's it. And I'm just curious about the feedback. What do you got?
Me, personally?
Yeah.
It's things I've told you before. I think you need to work on enunciation with your script.
Oh, not here.
Oh.
You don't give me feedback here on my podcast.
You asked me. You just asked me.
Not like that.
I'm sorry.
Well, don't worry. You guys don't have to do it anymore. Critter thinks it's shit. I need to go away now.
No. I was the same too in my early days. You just,
Stop. I said not here.
I love you. I'm proud of you.
I know there's flaws. And that's... I'm asking because I want to get better. Mm-hmm. And this is the direction I really want to go in. And I just want to hear everyone's opinions.
I'm really excited to see your next one. Because I think you're just going to get better and better and better.
Why? It's just Rebel Moon Part 2.
But I'm excited to see
it's
what you have to say about it.
It's literally me turning around going, nope, I was wrong, it gets worse.
I think you got other stuff after that. I'm excited.
I got some ideas.
So yeah, I'm jazzed.
What do you have going on?
It's Magical Girl May. I will have a video up. If you're listening to this...
By June?
June of 2027. It will be... If you're listening to this the day after the podcast comes out, it'll be tomorrow. So, Friday. Did my math not make sense to you? If you
I don't think you understand. The pod drops on Thursday.
Yeah.
Today's Wednesday night.
Yes. So if you're listening to this the day the podcast comes out, it'll be tomorrow, which will be Friday.
Okay.
So
patrons, this Friday.
Yes, for patrons. And then Saturday for everyone else. It's a good one. I'm excited. I'm also working with Team Jacked on some Dungeons and Dragons stuff. We've been talking about that. The DM, Dungeon Mistress.
Yep.
It's exciting, getting all that stuff done. Lots of fun stuff.
Is your character going to have a skimpy outfit?
No.
You're not going to go full dominatrix on us?
No. You heard the word mistress and you thought dominatrix?
I thought that and maid.
Maid? It's Dungeon Master, but feminized.
I know. I'm having fun.
It could also be Game Master. Sometimes they have some really specific names for their GMs.
Why'd you rub my shoulder like that?
Because I wanted you to know I was being sincere.
I don't feel like you are. Stop touching me. It's weird.
I'm sorry. The
it's
jacket you're
weird.
wearing is really soft.
It's so weird.
That's what I got going on.
Okay. Working on One Piece. There'll be an episode with accompanying this one. It is actually all of Chapter 3. Why Alabasta was that long? Fuck.
Really?
I don't know.
All of Chapter 3 is in one?
1 hour.
Really? Chapter 2 was like 17 episodes.
I know. And I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Alright.
I've been doing grinding in between, so you guys don't have to see the dumb grinding. It's just me playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to focus on just getting the story out there.
Uh-huh.
I know I'm going into another story mode that I don't know. It's called City 7.
Hopefully that's a Frankie thing.
Maybe. I don't know much about Frankie or Brooke.
Which is weird, because we were looking through the episodes the other day, and you know about Soja King. And Soja King, it happens during Frankie's arc. So, it's weird that you know about the Soja King half, but don't know enough about the Frankie stuff.
Why would I care about Frankie?
Because he's
when
cool.
I grew up with Usopp.
Because Frankie's cool.
And Usopp did a cool level up thing.
Do you think Usopp's gonna become Soja King?
I hope so.
I hope so too.
I hope I get to have the outfit because that's all he's gonna wear.
I hope it's an alt outfit he could wear.
Also, have you seen those two fight?
Yeah.
Have you seen why they broke up?
It's intense. I'm gonna be not okay when the live action version gets to that.
I was playing this. It was a game kind of like, what was the one where you're just killing armies of things?
Oh, like the, like Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah.
The Warriors.
Yeah, Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was One Piece Warriors.
Wow.
And that's when I got introduced to Frankie and Brooke. But, again, story's not really good in those games, right? But for some reason, they were telling the story of the Going Merry dying.
Damn.
And the two of them fighting. That was a really tough summer afternoon. Just watching the two boys fight over who they think is right. No. Anyways, I love One Piece. I'm enjoying it. We are making progress. I hope to God we don't have to do Alabasta like that again or anything like that.
Just back and forth and back and forth.
Yeah. Again, a lot of the side stuff I've been doing on my own, and just going back to where I left off. Mm-hmm. So that the story, if you're just watching, it still follows through. I'm just slightly stronger. Mm-hmm. Like, do you really want to watch me just struggle to fight like 10,000 enemies to go grab one cube?
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't sound like fun gameplay, does it?
No.
So we're working on that, and then next Tuesday will be the new Garbage Eggs, which will be ranking commercial mascots.
Is it going to be ready by next Tuesday?
Yes.
You sure?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
It is my promise to myself.
Get that project done.
The biggest problem is this one's an hour long. Mm-hmm. But I have a game plan.
Yep.
And it's not going to be as intense as editing, a fairy tale, or editing a movie review.
Yeah.
So it should be really easy.
Exciting. I'm excited.
Nice. So I hope you guys enjoy your week. It's summer. Mm-hmm. I've noticed everyone's starting...
Sun's out, guns out.
Some people are saying that next week is their last week of school for the semester.
Yep, finals are wrapping up. So that means you have plenty of time to work on my OC animation challenge. I purposefully timed it to happen during summer break so people wouldn't be in the middle of classes, because that was the thing I kept seeing, was people was like, I have school and I can't do it.
And a weird note there, I know some of you are like, hey, I still have a whole month of school left. I get it. The reason why we're ahead of it is because we live in a desert and we cannot stay.
It's like they would lose so much money running the air conditioner.
We lose so much money running the air conditioner during the summer, just in general. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just easier to let the kids go and just like burn. Burn.
Yeah. Do what you suffer on your own.
So, hope you guys enjoyed this.
Bye.
Test this out. Are we testing it out?
Oh, you
We're
don't
testing
have
it out.
to pull up or anything?
Oh, I have many scripts for things that yet to be done.
Nice. I've been in a real art mood lately.
Me?
No, me.
Oh.
Just want to design characters.
Technically, we're artists, so yeah.
I just want to design. I want to go crazy.
I'm opening a soda pop.
I always wanted such reserved designs my whole life because I didn't want people to think my characters were Mary Sue's or whatever. And now I'm like, no, I want them to be crazy. I want them to have too many colors and an irrational amount of patterns.
Makes sense.